everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a book haul, which I don't think I've ever seen anybody do really. Then again, how many people are just as nerdy as I am, but we're going to do it. So recently I went to Book Nook, Ollie's, the Dollar Tree, all those fun places. So Ollie's is kind of like a convenience store, like bargain type place, and clearly the dollar store is dollar. And where else did I say I went? Oh, Book Nook. Book Nook is this cute little place where you can bring in your old books and trade them in and swap out books, or you can just sell your old books and buy new books. So recently I went to those places and I've got a nifty little treasure set. So the first book is probably one of my all-time favorites. The author of this book is incredible. So the first book I have is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Cassandra Clare, not Cassandra. But, oh my lord. Beautiful. The way she writes is just incredible. I have her other two series, the Immortal Instruments, which is the first series, and the second which is the Clockwork series, like Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess. And anyways, you should read those two first before you read this one. This is the first book in a new series she's coming out with. So I'm excited to read the rest of this because it was beautiful. But you should read the other two first because there's characters from the other two series in this book. But 1,000,000 out of 10. Anything written by her. Okay, so next, I don't know where to start. I picked up this book by Meg Rosoff called There Is No Dog. And it's actually what if God were a teenage boy. So I haven't read it yet, but I got it from Ollie's. I think it was like $1.99. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll get back to you guys. It's a small little book. I am a insanely fast reader. Like, let me just tell you. Which is why I do book hauls often. And then I got, okay, I've already read this book, but my goal in life is to have my own library. So, got to start collecting books early. So this book is Defiance. It's a Strange Angels novel. And if you haven't read this series, it's so amazing. This isn't the first book in the series. The first book is Strange Angels, and then I think you have Defiance, and then Betrayals, and then Jealousy. But it's about a 16-year-old orphan. There's action, there's sci-fi, there's danger. She's on the run. She had to kill her own father. I'm not going to give it all away, but I think you should read it. Next, I have read is a 3-in-1 book called The Forbidden Game by L.J. Smith, author of Vampire Diaries and Night World. But basically, you get 3 books in one: The Hunter, The Chase, The Kill. They're all related, so it's the whole series in one book, which is nice because I read fast, and that's less money. So I think I got this from Book Nook, I know for a fact, and I got it for my birthday from one of my friends. I think it was like $5 maybe, which is pretty cheap considering some of these books, like hardback and whatnot. But this one was actually surprisingly good. I cried. Then again, I cry over everything, like those commercials and ads, everything. But it's about a girl named Jenny, and she buys this game, and the game turns out to be real life, and they're all on the run with her friends trying to survive. But it's good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I just wanted to say that, but I do recommend it. Next, I have another book that I got at the same time by the same author called Dark Visions. I haven't read this one yet, but you get The Strange Power, The Possessed, and The Passion in this series. This is the cover. Got another girl on it. Gifted and Cursed. So Caitlin Fairchild, Jocelyn Fairchild, Clary Fairchild, I'm sorry, all about that immortal instrument life. Anyways, always felt like an outsider in her small hometown. Well, apparently she's got abilities, and there's 4 other gifted students, and stuff about friendships and psychic links and threats to their sanity and lives. Sounds interesting? I don't know. I'll have to read it and get back to you guys on a lot of these books because I haven't read them yet. I've read some. Slacking. So, okay. I did read these 2 books, so we'll do these 2. So another book I got from Ollie's, it's called C by Heidi Kling. And it was cute. It's about a girl, nicknamed C. But it's about a girl named Sienna Jones. And basically, you know, her mom died at sea in an airplane. They never found the plane crash. And it's about how she gets over her fear of the ocean by going to a country that just was hit by tsunami, and about helping these children. And it's more like a soul-searching type thing, like trying to figure out herself and everything. It's got romance, and there's a plot twist, I'll tell you that right now, because I cried at the end of this book too. But I would recommend. It was good. The other book I've read the other day is Venom by Fiona Paul. I got this at Ollie's too. It's the first book in a series. I hate when that happens. I hate when I think I'm buying a novel and I don't have to worry about waiting for the rest of the series to come out. Or, you know, I think I have all the books to the series and then they come out with another one. But I thought this was a novel, and apparently it's the first book in a series now. But anyways, it's actually pretty good. It's about it's more of like, I don't want to say medieval, but older times. I can't think of, I want to say Victorian period maybe. But anyways, it takes place in Venice, Italy. And it's about a girl and how one of her friends just died and her body was missing, and in replace of her body was another woman who was murdered and had an X across her chest, and about how she's trying to figure out who the killer was and what happened to her friend's body. There's romance, action, mystery. Anyways, recommend. However, the ending did suck a little. I don't want to say suck. Okay, it was lacking. It was lacking. It did not end how I wanted it to, and I think that's because I thought it was a novel, and it's the beginning book to a series. However, I believe it's the only book out in the series right now. But I'd recommend if you like older period time books. Yeah. Okay. Whoop. Another book that I got that I haven't read yet is called White Lines by Jennifer Banash. And I don't know what it's about. About a 17-year-old girl named Kat living every teenager's dream. What is every teenager's dream? Well, according to this book, it's having her own apartment in New York's Lower East Side. Well, that's not my dream. I guess I'm kind of not really a teenager anymore. But, anyways, it's about, there's some abuse. She's abandoned by her father. She's terrified and alone. And then someone comes along who makes her want to stop escaping her life and actually live it. You know, it's probably some stupid romance book, but I'm into that. So, we'll see how it goes. Next. Okay, I have 2 series that I collected, so those will go last. I have this book. It's 2 books in one. 2 novels in one volume. So they're novels. I don't think they're related, but the same character is in both books. but I got this from Ollie's too. But anyways, the first book, or I guess it's by Denise Hildreth. And the first book is Savannah from Savannah, and then the second book is Savannah Comes Undone. So I felt like they were related, but it makes it sound like they're not. But same main character. So Savannah from Savannah is about Savannah going home to prove something to her city, her mother, and herself. That's all I'm going to read to you because I don't want to give anything away. Haven't read it yet. Will let you know in an upcoming video, maybe. The second book, Savannah Comes Undone, is about seeing her mother as the lead story on the 6 o'clock news. No great cause for alarm, though, until the camera revealed her chained to a downtown monument. So, that sounds interesting. I don't know. We will see. So, the next two series, actually, I don't think this is, we'll go with the series first, because I don't think this is technically related to the series. It's just like a side novel. Yeah, okay, it's not technically related. But anyways, this is Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard. I don't know if I said that right, but we'll see. And it's about two women on either side of the silver and red divide, and they just tell their stories. It's pretty short. It's probably just little side stories about characters in the actual main series. So the main series is The Red Queen and Glass Sword. Oh god, I'm going to drop it. So these two. And I'm not going to read what's on this book because it's the second book in the series. And I don't want to ruin it because I haven't read the first book. So just know, second book in the series, I think it's the last. I think it's only a sequel. But anyways, The Red Queen, got a little splurb I'm going to read. In school, we learned about the world before ours, about the angels and the gods that lived in the sky, ruling the earth with kind and loving hands. Some say those are just stories, but I don't believe that. The gods rule us still. They have come down from the stars, and they are no longer kind. Well, that sounds interesting. So, main character, Mare Barrow, her world is divided by blood. Ooh, death, maybe. Those with red and those with silver. It kind of reminds me of Romeo and Juliet, like the Capulets and the Montagues, just red and silver. I don't know if it's a love like that, but we'll see. So they're lowly reds, destined to serve the silver elite, whose supernatural ability make them nearly gods. Well, that's interesting. So, oh, somehow she's forced into the role of a lost silver princess and has to marry one of the king's own sons. Well, that'll be interesting. That kind of reminds me of, what is it? I want to say it's like The Crown, The Elite, that series with like the girl and they like have different districts and she was like chosen, I think it was like the lottery type, I don't know. Somehow she was selected, the selection. I think that's the first book, but that's kind of what this reminds me of in a way. Haven't read it. We'll get back. So the second series I have is, I've had the first book for a while now, which is Black City, and it's by Elizabeth Richards. And I had gotten this a while ago. It was $1.99 at Ollie's. But I didn't want to start reading it until I had the second book, because I'm weird like that. If I read the first book and never read the second book, it'd be very heartbreaking that I won't know what happens. So I haven't started this book. I had set it away, and I just picked this book up today, The Phoenix, which is the second book, at the dollar store. So maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's at the dollar store. So like I did with the last series, I'm not going to read anything about this book because you got to read the first book first. So basically, the boundary walls couldn't keep them apart. I think this is a romance book, like most of the books I tend to read. But, you know, I like that sci-fi, fantasy, mystery, horror, murder type thing too. So, Natalie, a human and the daughter of a government official. So, the fact that it says a human makes me think there's some supernatural in here. Is still reeling from her father's murder by a crazed darkling. What's a darkling? Who knows? So, how can she now be falling for Ash, a brooding half-blood darkling boy? Sounds interesting. I don't know. I'll probably read this book next because it's not super long. Oh, look. I love when books do this. They like other books you may enjoy. That makes finding new books so much easier. But then I have to go out of my way to look for them. Oh, Venom's on here. Venom was one of the books I got, right? I think it was. Did I ever say who Venom was by? I didn't. Fiona Paul. It's in here. So, hey, I kind of liked that book, so maybe we will see. Wolfsbane. That sounds familiar. So, that is all the books I have recently picked up. And I don't know. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you would like to know my opinion on the books after I've read some more of them. If not, give this video a thumbs up and tell me which book is your favorite. I'd have to say my favorite book is definitely anything written by Cassandra Clare, because I can't. I even got a tattoo of the angelic rune from the book series, so it's that good. It has affected my life that much. So anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.